Hello everyone. Welcome back to ALG. Today I'm starting a new video series for the beginner and intermediate players where I'm going to be covering how to play each and every hero in high rank. For the first video, based on a fan request, I'll be shining the spotlight on the queen of the Necrokeep, Vexana. A simple yet impactful mage and a personal favorite on the mid lane. Although she is low on the mobility side, she makes up for it with her great crowd control abilities and high-frequency burst damage. At the start, first level her skill 2, Cast Blast, since this is her primary source of AoE damage and lane clearing ability. When it comes to the build I use, just stick around to the end where I'll share it in full. I prefer starting with cooldown reduction first to help with clearing waves much faster and assisting in teamfights more frequently. Then scale into damage equipment afterwards. Vexana's passive ability, Nether Touch, greatly increases her burst damage potential when there are enemy minions around. This passive applies a curse on any unit she hits, which causes them to explode upon death, dealing more damage to surrounding units and still marking them. Talk about a chain reaction savage. Her skill 1 is Deathly Grasp, or as I prefer to call it, Talk to the Hand. It's a skill shot where she sends a ghostly hand in the target direction that deals damage. Once it comes into contact with an enemy hero, it slightly knocks them back and terrifies them before dealing damage a second time. This effect also spreads to nearby enemies, making it easy to terrify a group of them and follow up with her other skills, ensuring she hits her combos without fail. When playing such a mage with low mobility, it is vital to watch your positioning, especially when you have no vision or information on the enemy's whereabouts. Taking the longer but safer route in your rotations can consume more time, but it's often better to be safe than sorry. Remember, alongside the marksman and sometimes the jungler, you are a priority target in the early game for assassins and other mages who can easily burst you down. Each bush not cleared recently by your tank should be considered high risk, since you never know what kinds of presence the enemy is preparing for an unsuspecting wanderer waltzing into them. You will see examples of that soon. Panning the map is an important habit to develop, as it gives you vital information like what crucial skills have been used and where low HP enemies have retreated towards. Since Deathly Grasp is a skill shot, it is important that you aim it well, as it could mean the difference between life and death. There's 3 battle spells I'd recommend for Vexana. Flicker, for instant repositioning, Sprint, against teams with a lot of slows, and Flame Shot, that helps with interrupting melee heroes that can catch you by surprise. Being a mage, it is important to be more active around the map and help side lanes as much as possible. With great wave clear, low cooldown skills and decent mana regen, you can continue battling indefinitely without recalling as long as you don't receive any substantial damage. Upon reaching level 4 and learning the ultimate skill, Eternal Guard, the game becomes significantly easier for Vexana, especially with the low cooldown. With this ultimate, Vexana summons the Eternal Guard, a knight that deals damage upon dropping, knocking the enemies airborne, and continues attacking enemies for the next 15 seconds even in her absence. This skill is her prime teamfight utility that can be used in a variety of ways, including pure damage, interrupting enemies, and zoning out enemies from key areas. So don't be reserved about dropping the guard where it could inconvenience the enemy. Remember, easy kills come from the element of surprise, so try to stay hidden as much as possible and try to catch the enemy unaware. When they can see you coming, they can easily prepare to avoid your damage, then turn on you while your skills are on cooldown. Vexana has the biggest impact in team fights, so try to be present whenever such clashes are about to start. The basic skill combo is 1-2-3 in quick succession. This makes sure the enemy takes the full damage while they are under control. Disclaimer: the FPS may drop especially during teamfights. This is because the device was working overtime, recording while playing on maximum graphics. Don't forget to quickly clear minion waves when you get the chance. Every bit of farm counts towards your power spike. Make it a habit to manually aim your skill shots. See how much damage the full combo does with only cooldown reduction items before the actual damage equipment are built. When you get a nice tank that makes good engages, try being a good teammate and follow up. This appreciation encourages them to make more plays like that and pushes your team's advantage. You can deal consistent damage at a safe distance by dropping Vexana skill 2 in teamfights whenever it's off cooldown. And with cooldown reduction, it becomes a spammable skill. Remember what we said about bushes. Here we managed to catch Lancelot by surprise and he didn't have a chance to react to the entire chain of crowd control we unleashed on him. Mediocre players complain about campers, but great players use bushes to their advantage. After all, they exist in the game for a reason, so make full use of them. Mosha refused to die in this gang, so I decided to get a little greedy just to secure the kill. For all the work the tank put in. Don't try this at home. Flicker is such an important resource, but since we were already dominating, it's a risk I considered worth taking. Looks like the tank got excited there and used his ultimate and flicker without landing a scratch on 1-1. Regardless, by zoning her away from the tower, we could easily take it instead of chasing her down. In as much as you push enemy towers, make sure not to let the enemy take your own if you can help it. Having map control works in favor of these kinds of heroes who are easily flanked. That is because having allied turrets nearby increases the chances of surviving an attack by a significant margin. When Lancelot retreated into their turret, I had to drop the Eternal Guard in order to flush him out. Then I got greedy once more. Props to our awesome tank bailing me out of a deadly situation. That's some solid teamwork that goes both ways. Scratching each other's backs, as they say. Remember, when you get a great tank in solo queue, make sure to appreciate them, they are extremely rare to come by. With one more item, Lancelot would not have survived that combo. Although being really low on HP, he should be forced to recall to heal. As you can see, I am in quite a dangerous position with no allies nearby, while all enemies are still alive. Not seeing any of them other than Lancelot, it would be wise of me to recall ASAP. But being a risk taker, I decided to push my luck anyways, and it did not end well. Once again, be careful about bushes when you don't see the enemy on the map. This time there was no saving to be done. But fortunately, the rest of the team was there and they managed to clean up after me. 3 for 1 is a really nice trade. And without their jungler and marksman, this means a free load for us. The end game is upon us now. Picking them off one by one while Lord is pushing reduces their chances of successfully defending. Drop the Eternal Guard to add more pressure and tank some turret shots so that Lord survives longer. It's not an enhanced Lord, so it doesn't charge at the turret to deal a significant amount of damage. Enhanced Lord spawns at 12 minutes into the game. Having 3 players down, they will be unable to defend their base as we have 3 lanes worth of enhanced Lord minions. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a thumbs up. If there's anything I've missed, or if you have a request for a hero guide, let me know in the comments. For the veterans, do you prefer the old Vexana or the new glow-up Queen of the Necro Keep? Until next time, ALG signing out.